This lady has the temerity and good sense to come up and try it out. Be gentle, appreciate her, and welcome very funny lady, Sandie Siegel. Okay. So I forgot how you want it. Shake my hand. You have to shake my hand. Okay.
Midget size.
Small size.
Small size.
Are you good?
Yeah. Believe it or not, having a mentally ill mother has its perks. She was the one who launched me on my career. She was my professional inspiration to become a psychologist in order to cope with her. Along with mother's milk, she showed me what bipolar disorder was. Happy, non-functioning. Happy, I'm so sad. Boy, she embodied Buddhism. They talk about impermanence. I never knew what was going to happen with my mom. But I got the message. I never had to guess what she was thinking or feeling. Boy, did she let me know. So there I was, 40 years old, single, and desperate to meet a man. Wouldn't you know it, a New York Times survey comes out, 1% chance of getting a husband if you're 40 or over. Oh my God, what was I gonna do? Well, it turns out 1% if you're living in New York City. But wait, if I moved to Alaska, it went up to 25%. Now I'm wondering, how many Jewish Eskimos are there? And is blubber kosher? Wait, is it even vegan? I don't know. I was doing everything I could to meet a man. In fact, being the academic type, I had a PhD, I decided to take a college class, Find a Mate, and I was gunning for an A. I studied every possible way to nab a guy. I was thorough, and what they taught us in class was wherever you go, be on the hunt. So I was on the hunt. I was searching for Mr. Right, even in the laundromat. After all, I wanted my guy to have clean underwear. And for extra credit, I actually went to a conference for gynecologists. My guy needed to know his female parts. At the age of 40, I was not going for an amateur. When it came to my sex life, I wanted a professional. Culminating the course, we all went to a singles dance together, and all my classmates met someone, except me. Now I was more anxious than ever. What was going to happen? And I turned to my mom for words of encouragement, and what did she say? Sandie, you will never meet a man. You are a desperado. Desperado? Why would she say that? I waited till my second date to ask my husband to marry me. Now, most men would have run like crazy, but not my guy. He's very reasonable. And besides, I was putting out for him as well. That did the trick. You know, my whole family was pretty insane. My wealthy in-laws were throwing a party to welcome my crazy brother Don to Asheville. And on the way to the in-laws' mansion, Don was following behind me in his car. We're 5 minutes from the in-laws. He calls me up on the phone. Sandie, I'm not going. They're too happy. I can't be around happy people. I tried reasoning with him. Don, they're not really happy. They just look happy. The guy has heart problems. His wife has migraines. Nothing was working. They hate each other. Forget it. Reality has no impact on the mentally ill. Don skipped out on the party. And would you believe it? The following week, the in-laws get divorced, and it's an ugly one. I'm talking to Don on the phone, telling him the bad news. And man, was he pissed. He said, I should have gone to that party. It would have been great. Right, Don. Incidentally, Don hasn't spoken to me in 10 years. He thinks it's because I'm too happy. So, mirroring my brother's chaotic emotions was the state of his house. His house was such a wreck, and his wife, no housekeeper either. My mom was a real neatnik, and you know, she was never at a loss for a kind word, so she dubbed his house the pigsty. So one day we're visiting the sty, and my brother greets us at the door with a big grin. He's so happy. Mom, we've been cleaning the place for weeks and weeks and weeks, and we got the house up to dirty. Wow. Don, you really tried. Trust me, when it comes to mentally ill people, we never let reality or nicety stand in our way. My mom was a tiny woman under 5 feet. She thought that she had the cure for obesity. She would walk up to complete strangers and go, "Hey, you're fat." I didn't know where to hide. Like, "Thanks, Mom." This 400-pound woman had no idea that she was fat until you just told her. Thank you for the public service announcement. My mother thought she was going to shock people into being thin. And trust me, my mother knew her shock treatments. She had received enough of them. Hey, if shock treatment could work for mental illness, why not obesity? Let's face it, mental illness is a stigma in our society, yet everyone in my family was very successful, despite being crazy. Maybe there's hope for Trump after all. There was never a dull moment with my mom. She went from being electrified to being electrifying. With shock treatment at 91, she was a new woman. Not only was she singing, dancing, playing golf, she continued her life's mission to cure the world of obesity and boredom. I'm proud to say my mom embodied the family motto. We don't suffer from mental illness. We enjoy every moment of it.
Sandie Siegel, everybody. Good girl.